Gracious viewers, I am flabbergasted and so very pleased about this one. It actually came out the way I'd planned it. I am Mrs. Ruby Merlot. As a cultural, colorful pouring icon, I dress for every pour as one would naturally dress for dinner. I channel my muse with a quick vocal exercise, then ask my canvas what it wants to be. And now that you know my story, shall we pour? First I vocalize, swiping, swiping. Oh, the melodic tones put me in a proper mood. Then, as always, I ask my canvas what it wants to be. This time I have prepared my 14-inch square canvas by applying Artist Loft metallic colors in black and silver. My vision is to have DecoArt's 24 karat gold common to both dark and light sides, and the rest be specific to one or the other. To the silver side, I add a strip of Artist Loft copper, then to the black a strip of DecoArt's rose gold. The Phthalo blue and Quinacridone Magenta, both from golden paints, go to the silver and black sides respectively. But not with too heavy a hand. I want the background to shine through. For my swipe paint, I am using for the first time Amsterdam's titanium white. So many recommend it, including the accomplished Ms. Molly of Molly's Artistry. If you haven't already, be sure to check out her channel. Now that I've tried it, I may never use another brand of white paint again. The results are dramatic, and swiping with it feels wonderfully remarkable. Right now, stripe swipes are my favorite type of paint pour. They're so much fun. And these gold cards I use from my bridge club are the perfect dimension and thickness. As I swipe, I make sure each time to grab some of the white with the edge, and I don't use too firm a hand as I want to leave some of that negative space. How sad to call it negative when the result is so very positive. I'm once again using my canvas claws, the wonderful handles Mr. Merlot has made me. They are so helpful, giving me a firm grip when tilting the canvas and keeping more of the paint off my hands and my very expensive jewelry. The cells and lacing thrill me as they emerge, and once swiped, there is next to no tilting involved, as there's not much extra paint. But I do take up my palette knife and add black or silver to touch up the canvas where needed. Oh, touch up. The term sends shudders down my back, as I was recently traumatized by a touch-up catastrophe. It began when Hermione was backing out of the club after our bridge game. Normally, her chauffeur would have driven, but Hermione had slammed his hand in the car door, inadvertently, of course, and he was home on ice and meds. She never explained why she was closing her own door. But I digress. As she eased on down the parking spot, Hermione swiped my car, scraping its side bare of paint. She persuaded me to take it to her place, something she calls a body shop. I told her I didn't have my exercise outfit with me, but she explained it was not that kind of establishment. Well, the proprietor touched up my very expensive classic automobile with a slightly different shade of turquoise. Though he insisted no one would notice, I informed him I knew a bit about paint. As I drove my poor vehicle home, I had an inspiration. I would paint pour my car. Well, as you can imagine, it turned out beautifully. I didn't stop with the damaged spot. I continued splashing and pouring colors all the way round. Of course, I was unable to tilt the car, so I just had to let it drip off, which made our garage floor a work of art, though Mr. Merlot disagrees. And the silicone I added to the paint put a nice shine on our tires and got rid of that horrid sound the front passenger door made every time it was opened. Now everyone sees me coming. Children run behind the car, shouting things I can't quite hear, but that are complimentary, I'm sure. Adults stare and quite often make interesting hand gestures toward me, all in the spirit of my flashy new wheels, as one says. Well, we're already into the close-ups. Not quite a steady hand took this video. And no, it wasn't Hermione's chauffeur holding the camera, poor thing. Do you see all the delicate lacing that has come forth? My attempt at a light touch paid off. You still see the base colors coming through. I realize this close-up video is not a short one, but it is hard to choose my favorite parts on this floor. Here is the spectacular finished painting. I call it my Effervescent Ex-SWIPE-ment. And now, gracious viewers, I must say so long. If you would like to receive free instructions for Mr. Merlot's canvas claws, simply subscribe to my channel and send me a message requesting them. Though he refuses my pleas to make them in sterling, his design is quite brilliant. Thank you for watching.